Hello and welcome to episode 34 of SAAB Fever. My name's Frank, and in this episode we're going to be trying to fix the buttons on an ACC panel from a SAAB 9.3. This particular one was provided to me by a friend of a friend. Their 9.3 had failed its MOT because the hazard switch doesn't work. I was able to provide them at the time with a unit I had in the shed. They were able to throw it in the car, pass their MOT, and I took this one in exchange. So I'm quite interested. I don't really know much about these panels. I don't know what's behind here. It might be micro switches. I really don't know. So let's crack on. Let's see if we can fix this unit. And I imagine it'll be a learning experience, possibly for all of us. Okay, we've taken 3 screws out the back and one from the top, kind of hidden in there. I'm just trying to work out at the moment where all the clips go. I can see clips here on the front. Yeah, all the way around the front, but I can also see some large clips that look like they're holding the back together. I don't particularly know if I'm supposed to take the back off or just the front. Have a little play, give that a poke. Wait, I think that's the front. I think that is the front. Let's get something a bit softer to prod it with. Alright, something a little tougher to prod it with. Okay, something tougher to prod it with, and something to hold it with. Now that'll hold those clips open for me. Now, should I be attacking this or that? I don't know. It's not for coming apart, is it? Not there anyway. Not for coming apart. Come on. Ah, got it. Right. Just get that in there, that'll hold that for me. That one's quite easy now. Oh, this is being awkward, isn't it? Ha! We're in. We're in. Are we in enough? How do these buttons come off? Nope. I'm not convinced this is supposed to come off. I think I've done this wrong. I think I'm supposed to be getting this back off. Okay, let's carry on. Let's try that then. Yeah, see, that was that big one. See, I thought that big one might have been connected to that front, but it's not, is it? Oops. There we go. There we go. Right, let's sit that down there. Let's sit that down there also. We're in. Oops. Oh, it's falling apart. Oh, that's Ooh. Oh, there we go. Two separate parts. You can see some corrosion here. I wonder if something's been spilt on it at some point. I'm not seeing any damage to the circuit board. Right. I'm seeing a discoloured capacitor. Right there. Actually, it's probably not a capacitor, it's probably a resistor bank, maybe. Right, anyway. Let's carry on. As far as I'm aware, the unit works. The only real issue is that that button there doesn't work. So, more clips. I can see some corrosion, but it's over there. Oh, you see it's a bit green here as well. Yeah, I think something's maybe been spilt. Right, leave those there. Okay, so it's a standard kind of pad arrangement. If we look here, the inside of the buttons have a sort of I believe that's just graphite kind of pad, and it presses here and makes the connection across those two sides, those two halves of the switch, of the button I should say. Okay, so that sits on there like that, I believe. Yes, it does. And here's my big here's my big hazard warning button. That activates both of those. So when you press the hazard button, both of these get pressed. So I imagine that is probably there as a fail-safe. I don't think we actually need both of them pressing. I think it'd be either one. And I'm going to suppose, what is most of this? Obviously the LEDs here, so that'll be the lights for the buttons. A few resistors there. I don't know what these are. I'm assuming it looks like they're bridging the trace from here, so yeah, rather than it being like a double-sided board, it's only a single-sided circuit board, but there are occasions when they need to get a wire here over there, and so they're doing that with this. Right. I'm going to need to trace where all of these are going, aren't I? Right, one side of the button is hooked up to this plane here, which, if I'm right, oh yeah, so you see that link there is joining that big plane to this, so those planes are all together, and that to that. And one side is indeed, so that side is connected to this is connected to this, and this is connected to that side. Okay, so we know that much at least. Now the other side. Oh, do you know what? Oh, right, let's clean this board up. I might have spotted the problem. Let's clean it up with isopropyl alcohol and a toothbrush. Right, now that that's done, let's bring it up, see if we can get a closer look. Can you see? Where's my little pointy device? So our switch, here's our switch, one of them anyway. And the trace comes out here and then heads along there. Now, I'm pretty sure I can see a break in the trace right there. Also some muck there. So that trace then runs along here. Ah, where it also runs into this here, but it also goes... Ah, that's a test point. Because that's not going through the board, is it? No. We have test points. We can stick a multimeter on here and then try pressing the buttons and see what happens. I suspect the actual pads are fine. What's happened is something's got in here and slowly corroded the board to the point where it's eaten through the traces. What's happening here? So that goes round there, under that one. I'm just trying to follow it through. Right, so... Right, test point, test point, test point, test point. Okay, we've worked that out. Yeah, it's that top one there. I think that's a break right there. So it's this top trace, into that one, into that one. So, right, so those buttons, it's definitely a case of either one of those buttons will trigger it, will tell the module, oh, I've pressed that button now and I want to work. So that's good, that's good. It's not a case of either of, well, it is a case of either of them, I should say, but they're both, in essence, the same button. And they're sort of a backup for each other. And then here, and I think we've got possibly more missing traces. And jumps over here. We're kind of losing it. That's going to take more investigation up there. There might be a break there. I think there's more buttons on here that don't work than we first realised. Right. Right, let's have a look. Where's my multimeter? Okay, multimeter in hand. Let's set it to diode mode. I'm just going to place it on these two test pads, and what we should have is nothing. It should basically show us nothing. It's open circuit. No indications there's anything happening there at all. That's good. That's good. There really shouldn't be. Make sure I get good contact, and again, there shouldn't be. Now, which way? Ah, right. I don't actually know which way around this goes, or it's like that or like that. However, I can tell because of all the corrosion, all the green there. So I do know which way around that goes. And when the button's on, I can't actually test the test pad. Okay. That's annoying. Ah! I might not need to. I should be able to test, because this test pad here is connected to that side of the button, and that side comes all the way around here, past that, but also connects to this side. I should have a dead short between this pad, this test pad here, through that wire, the trace on the circuit board, to this one here. So I should have a dead short here. I do not. I have nothing. I have an open circuit. So there's nothing flowing. No electricity can flow between that point there. See as I've touched the two together. So I've got no resistance whatsoever. That's good. Yeah, and I can test it there. So I know it's getting there. It's not getting there. Is it getting from there to there? Like it should. Yes, it is. Is it getting from there to there? No, it isn't. Right, that is a break. That's a break. So what stopped this? At some point, something's probably been spilt, and quite frankly, it could have been weeks, possibly even months before the MOT was due on that car. But that's why it failed. I mean, any of the other buttons, and it would have passed the MOT, obviously. It doesn't matter. The MOT tester doesn't care if you can put your temperature up or down or something. He cares very much, though, if you can put your hazard lights on. So, how do I fix this? I suppose what I should do is test, because I know this point here, it all comes down here, and I think that's broken as well, around there. So, if we follow it, it goes round there, jumps there, through here. It's this middle one, middle one, middle one, middle one, middle one. Comes down here, through there, jumps there, round here, and up to there. Right, if I followed that correctly, there should be a short. And there isn't. There's nothing. There's nothing at all. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. What to do? What to do? Let's follow it again and make sure I haven't gone wrong. So, following the trace down here, obviously it goes this way, but I'm ignoring that. I don't need to know. It goes up here. Yeah, that's got to be broken. Look at it. Look, it's completely different colour, and it would go underneath this sort of I don't even know what to call that. I've forgotten the bloody word now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It goes through there, into the bottom, jumps up there, middle, yep, middle, 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 middle. No, I've done it wrong. I've done it wrong. Let's go back here. There, around, jump up here, middle, 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 up here. It's that one. Okay, do I have anything there? No, nothing. Obviously, I shouldn't have anything between that point and that point, but I'm pretty sure. Right, let's test it again, because I've managed to do it twice and get a different answer each time. So, we come down here. At the top, we're following around here, we're jumping up here, middle, 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 we come down here, yeah, and then we go up. See, what I did before, I got confused and went down here. It's not, it's up and under to that point there. That's my hazard switch. That isn't. Right. Now, of course, is there anything else? I think there is. I think I can see a split there. If I'm going to fix this thing, I might as well fix it properly and fix as much as I can, hadn't I? Right, so this sits on here, like that. No real room for movement there, is there? I could try putting an exceptionally thin bit of copper wire. I could try running that. Now, I don't know if this has lacquer on it. Let's touch it to that probe there, touch it to that probe there. Oh, that's unfortunate, right? That's not lacquered. And that means that's conductive. I mean, that's a good thing. The problem is it mustn't touch anything else. Where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? Okay, right. Now, unfortunately, the camera decided to go walkies, so I'm afraid you guys have missed a little bit. But you're just in time for me to snip that little patch wire off, or miss it entirely. You know, either way. Got ya! There. So this is what I've done. I've gone from this test point here, around the back of the circuit board, where there's nothing live that should upset it at all, and spun right round and hooked into that point there, which, after another viewing, I've decided it is in fact that one and not the, I think it was the fourth one in, I thought at first. Now my only problem there is, although I will have continuity, in fact, well, I'll check it in a sec, I will have continuity between that point and that point there, I still don't have anything over here, and although you don't actually need both of them to work, it would be nice if either one worked. I will need to clean that up too. You can see the flux there on the pad, that'll stop that pad working. So what I might do is run another wire over here, around the back, and then just solder into this wire here. And then I will turn my attention here. I don't know what that is, but I'm fairly sure. Where's my pointy thing? Where's my pointy thing? Yeah. Fairly sure that's a brake there. So we'll have to work out what that is. Actually, I might know. Wait. I think I need to be careful with it. I think these all fall. Ah, right, to hell with it. Oh, that'll be like the heated seats or ventilated seat option. Oh, well, actually, I don't think I'll bother fixing that then. I don't think there's any point. Right. Oh, I've got to put all those back together now. Right, let's try that then. I'll try and keep an eye on the camera. Right. Right. Change the angle a bit. So this one's going to go through here. Now, of course, I'm still hoping and praying that this little wire won't be in the way of anything. There. Here. Oh, sorry about that. Having issue with the syringe. Now we should be fine round the back. I'm not concerned about the wire being round the back, but round the front it may interfere here, so I'll have to give that a good look over. There we go. Right. Get that cut. Come on, I think it's a bit too thin for these snips to cut it. There we go, done. Right, there we have it. There we have it. Possibly the most dreadful repair you'll ever see to one of these. I mean, sadly, obviously it might be better to source another part, but if it's only something simple like a little trace that's been eaten through by corrosion, then we can actually fix it. So we should now have continuity between this point here and this point here. And I called it. Can you still see that? Yes, you can. Good. We have continuity. And do we have continuity up here? We have continuity. Right, let's get that cleaned up. Clean off the flux, because the flux might actually interfere between the pad here and the pad there. So we need to clean that up. Oh yeah, I said I wasn't going to bother fixing that, didn't I? Because it's for a button that this unit doesn't actually have. Need a bit more. I think I'm largely just smearing the flux around. Need a bit more. Camera still straight. Yep, good. Here we go. Oh. It's not really necessary to clean it up there, but what the hell. Right, there we have it. Give that a few minutes to dry, or I might actually use some hot air and encourage it. Obviously, if you're doing this at home, you can actually just let it dry, but I'm in a hurry, so I'm going to use a bit of hot air. So that should be that. Right. Now I do need to turn my attention to this. A little bit there, I think. Again, can't be bothered to wait. A little bit of hot air, get that alcohol burnt off. Right. Right, let's get an idea. That goes that way, I believe. Yeah, see, that's what I'm hoping to avoid. See how that little wire's just, it's going to get squeezed in there. That's partly the reason why I ran it up the back rather than over the front. It should be okay. Pretty sure both of those buttons will press. Now, the ultimate test, of course, is put it back in the car and see what happens. But can I follow it? Let's get that turned back on a sec. Where do these big planes here go? They must find their way back here. Probably to that one there. Probably to that one. Let's see. There's multiple ways I can follow that, isn't there? Something that goes around there. Right, so my buttons exist on this plane here and this large plane here. Let's follow it over there. Where does it go from here? It comes up here. Jumps back down to this one, even though it's connected to that one there as well. Also comes up here to this big plane. Crosses an LED. Test point. But doesn't come any further. Right, so I'm back here. I'm on this one. Ooh. Ooh, it looks like I go underneath that. Come here. Over here and I'm in. Right, so, oh, you know, I could have just put on the, could have just put it on that test point and tried it here. Oh look, I could have saved us all a lot of time by just trying it. And you're going, no, yes, no, 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 right, good. So, that's that. I need something to bridge this and this, don't I? Well, that's the real test ultimately is I need to press one of the pads here, there, or there, either one will do, while I'm checking that point and that point there, because at the moment those two are of course open circuit because nothing's closing them. That will close the circuit when it gets pushed against there, so I should see that and that go short circuit. I'm going to need to go get another pair of hands. Give me a sec. Right, I'm back now and I have another pair of hands to help. Wait, oh no, messed it up. Wait, no, I can do it. I don't need help. Right, I am going to hold the multimeter points here. Wait, let's make sure that's in shot.
Yeah, it's in shot.
Down a bit so we don't have a glare. Okay, good. I'm going to hold my points here and here. If you could now put the button on there and then press it and watch the multimeter. Yay! Let go.
Oh.
Yay! Right, now move it and test the other point.
This one.
Yep. Yay! Okay, you can let go, darling. Thank you very much.
That's so good. How does that work though? Because that's just rubber.
No, that's a conductive pad.
Oh.
That actually, electricity can flow on that stuff.
That's cool.
Yep. Thank you. Okay. So that is fantastic news. With the help of my little assistant there, we've proven it works. I'm going to save myself the time though. I'm going to go back to the car, armed with 2 circuit boards. This, and that. And we'll hook it into the car, press some buttons, and hopefully the hazard lights will come on, and then we'll put the unit back together. So I will see you in the car in a sec. Well, I don't know about you, but I, for one, am very pleased with that result. That's worked fantastically, even if it is a bit of a bodge. But as I was just explaining to the missus, a bodge is the only way to fix this. The only real way to fix it is to replace this entire board. It's also a pretty good example, really, of how a tiny bit of corrosion can actually cause your car to fail an MOT. Obviously, I imagine for most people the solution is to simply replace the unit as a whole, but if you're technically minded, you can actually open it up and repair it. Thankfully, there's enough of these little test points all over the place. That's fantastic. I'm really glad they did that. A lot of modern boards, you really don't see that, so that's good. That's very good, in fact. We were able to fix this for nothing. Well, I say nothing. Bit of solder, a fair whack of my time, I suppose, and some copper wire. Really, it would be better if this was lacquered, so that although we've soldered it on, it wouldn't actually cause a short circuit anywhere else. In theory, because this isn't lacquered, it could actually cause a short, but we'll probably be okay. So now begins the arduous task of trying to put all of this back together. Anyone remember where that button goes? I'm going to assume it's there. Oh, I see, it sort of hinges at the back. Right, okay, that's that. Oh, crumbs. I don't know where any of these buttons go. crumbs. Right. Give me a sec. I will get the computer booted up. And I will try and find out where on earth all these buttons go. Ah. Okay, got it sorted. Well, looking at it now, it's obvious, isn't it? Surprise, surprise, the small button goes the only place the small button could possibly go. Auto goes on top. And the recirculation button in the middle. Okay, right. Let's hold all of these together while I then place these in. These keyed in it, yeah, they're keyed. And the key is inside, right, so it does actually matter exactly what orientation these go in. I can't see that one out there. That way around? Yep. You see they're flat on one. Let's see if I can show you this. Hopefully you can see that. It's flat on one side. And it does actually matter which way it goes in. It will only go one way. You can drop it in and then just rotate it until it falls. Yep. Last one. Right. So now that that's done, what do I do now? I suppose this goes on. Now, right, I think it goes that way. Oh, look, it does actually have little mounting points. No. There. Just felt at least one button fall out. Okay, let's not worry about the buttons, let's worry about those afterwards. It's the same three again, isn't it? Right, let's get this disconnected. You can sit over there just now. You go around that way. And clip into place. Right. Now obviously this would actually be a perfect time if we were trying to completely recondition this unit to, I'll be honest, I think these, I would say get a pen, but I can see someone's been at this before with a biro by the looks of it there. And there in fact, possibly. Yeah, I think these ones have had it. You'd have to buy that kit. You can't buy a kit. It's very expensive though, really, for what it is. But it would give you completely new buttons. And that would kind of solve that problem. And then we'd have, in essence, a completely reconditioned unit. Do I plug this in? Clip even. Do I clip this in? I think I do, actually. I think this is how I should have taken it apart to begin with. Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? There we go, clicky clicky. Yeah, that's how I should have taken it apart the first time round. Whereas what I did was I pulled this off first. But never mind, I know for the future. No, yes, no. Does this now go in here? Oh, it's upside down, you idiot. That's why I was having difficulty. there. Look at the two circuit boards back together. Look at that. Look at that. You wouldn't even know, would you? You wouldn't even know. It's a shame that had to happen, but actually I think that's worked out okay in the end. I think that's worked out okay. And the final part. Oh wait, no. No. I'm not. I need to screw it all back together once I'm finished here, don't I? There. There. Right. Screwdriver. Remember, 3 here and then 1 there. There we go. I'll be honest, I don't think I'll even bother to give the finished unit a test in the car. I've had the parts working. I'm confident that that's now fixed. So I hope this has been informative and entertaining, possibly. I'm quite pleased that we actually managed it in the end, though. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. Ultimately, I really didn't know what to expect until I got in there. But I'm quite glad we were able to fix that. I mean, that tiny bit of corrosion behind the buttons that control the pads, I should say, that this button presses on, clearly caused it to fail its MOT, which is quite unfortunate. The other damage was to this button, which in this unit is a blank, so I didn't bother fixing that. It could, of course, happen to anything, but I imagine at some point something got spilt, found its way in, and just slowly ate away at the copper traces. So, if this happens to your SAAB 9.3, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, the easiest solution is to buy another one of these off eBay. But if you're so inclined, take it apart and fix the pads yourself. There, I think we're done. As always, thanks for watching.